Yo, Chad, we got Ddg'S new girl is trying to delete her past. Let's get into it.
Yo. Ddg'S new ball, girl, piece, rebound, whatever you want to call it, steal, touchdown. She's got quite a past, and one of the funniest questions I heard came from this interview clip between her and Speedy Mormon
Now, I wish Ddg'S all the best of luck with his custody battle.
from Complex Magazine. I can't believe I'm saying Complex Magazine. That's how far back we go. Complex Media, the magazine, stopped many years ago. So I'm going to play you guys that clip first, and I want you to pay attention and see if you catch it.
What has been like the most lucrative for you thus far? Would you say it's like music? Would it be like OnlyFans? Would it be streaming now?
I think OnlyFans was the most lucrative, but
Is it
I
really?
stopped.
Oh, you
Yeah,
off it
I
now?
stopped OnlyFans probably like the beginning of this year.
Why? If
I
it was
just-
lucrative, you should have kept running it
It
up.
definitely was lucrative, but I felt like I just didn't like going into these bigger meetings and like once they hear the words OnlyFans, they kind of just turn the cheek or like they have a certain perspective about you. Even though my OnlyFans content was very tasteful, it was very artsy. I did it magazine style mostly. Like I was very into making it look art rather than raunchy. So it was like, it benefited me very well, but at the same time, I just am in a different phase in my life. I'm getting older. I have nephews and nieces. I really give a fuck about how they feel about me and what they see about me. And it just kind of like, just, you know, organically just was like, this doesn't feel right.
For sure.
Yeah,
But it takes a very like conscious and mature decision to like walk away from something that was making you the most bread.
Trust me.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I respect the hustle. Would I date somebody that does this? I don't know. I mean, she said magazine style and nothing like too crazy. Like she's not hitting no, but she's not getting absolutely railed. There's like she's not doing anything. She's just taking pics, bro. And she's not really, you know what I'm saying, showing like she's not showing stuff. It's just magazine style. I would support it.
Trust me, I know. It wasn't that difficult because I have so much faith in God and I know like he probably didn't want me to be doing that, and now that I'm not doing that, so I'm gonna get something better, which streaming obviously
become,
is
yeah.
like, you know, but yeah, it was bittersweet, but it's more so sweet because now I kind of control my own narrative and people don't have to do like weird shit when it comes to OnlyFans.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you catch that? There were two things. Number one is, yo, was it the music? I was like, hold on, what? Now, I remember India Love when she first blew up. And
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I did not know who India Love was until Streaming University. I'm gonna keep it a band.
she was like one of these like fit T girls back in like 2014, 15. And then I think it was Game that was with her. She was like 18, 19 at the time, the Game, the rapper. And then Ian Connor got another girl called India Marie, I think it was, who had like a bunch of tattoos. And he blew that girl up. And I confuse those two all the time. But Speedy is such a polite guy that he asked her about music. He's like, was it the music? Brother, I had to look up the monthly listeners of India Love. I would like you guys to also just guess how much monthly listeners Ruby Rose has, right? Because Ruby
Rose, she makes music.
Rose is the it girl right now. You could say that. Like, she's not as clouded because she's not doing the whole streaming thing, but she's popping. She was a rapper. She was a XXL freshman, if you didn't know. Maybe Mandela effect for you. She's got 238,000 monthly listeners. She had one big song, like Big Mouth, that did like 20-something million
I never heard of
streams.
those.
Guess how much India Love has? Keep in mind, Speedy asked her, like, yo, was it the music that was the most profitable? That's the biggest meme I've ever heard. Anybody that's a big figure in music, the music is the least profitable thing for the most part. Unless you're Russ, then it's the most profitable. Or 21
Who's that?
Savage. India Love,
21?
drumroll please, has 1,500 monthly listeners. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1,577 to be exact. We're not going to shortchange her on that. She's got a couple of songs from way back. They tried to make her an artist. It failed miserably. They were trying to drop music for her in 2018.
Dang, bruh.
Keep in mind, this was the era where they thought they
Bro, I've never heard an India Love song ever, bro. Chat, do y'all know one India Love song?
could make anybody an artist. This is when
Don't look it up on Google right now.
the era when Bad Baby blew up, which just goes to show you can make fun of people as much as you want and call Bad Baby trash, who she absolutely watched that girl Alabama Barker this year. We don't even know what happened to her, but you could call her trash. But they tried to make India Love blow up, and that did not work at all. 1,500 monthly listeners. So he continues on. He's like, oh, why didn't you keep doing? And then she admits with the truth, saying OF was the most profitable thing. He's like, oh, why didn't you keep doing that? Like, yeah, are we encouraging that? Come on now. But anyway, she's like, you know, it's I was trying to do it artsy, and this is every single person or a girl that does OF, they all try to make it seem like they're not doing OF as bad as everybody else. So they're like, yeah, you know, I'm just posting what I would post on IG. Like, that's what Ruby Rose says. Or her, she's like, yeah, you know, but I was doing it tastefully. So, you know, she wasn't just posting what she was posting on IG. I don't think there are any fully nude photos of Bad Baby or Ruby Rose. I think they were just posting what they would post on IG. Maybe like even closer to the edge of what would get banned on IG. India Westbrook, India Marie, I think she was bare on there. I think she was bare before she even got on OF. So that's why she's like, oh no, I was doing like kind of artsy. What do you mean artsy? She's just saying I wasn't on the level of those other hoes, because there's levels to this, right?
Bonnie Blue.
What? NBA first team, NBA all defense, NBA MVP, finals MVP, right? You've got all-stars, you've got rookies, all of that's a rookie of the year. So she's saying like, yo, I'm not balling on LeBron's level. You know, I was barely in the G League. Well, actually, no, she was in the league. Ruby Rose, she's like in the G League. She's like, I'm not fully going in there yet. But you're all professionals. That's the thing. That's what everybody just looks at you. Oh, you do OF. And this is what she talked about. Oh, she quit OF. This is the thing. You don't quit OF. It's like you don't quit escorting. You don't quit doing a bunch of other things. Like, for example, you don't quit being a cuck. Like, if somebody, like, there are a bunch of social media personalities now that have sprung up in the past 10 years that have all admitted to getting cucked and agreeing to it, not just like their girl cheats on them or something. So for these people, you don't get to say, oh, nah, like I used to be that, I'm not that anymore. No. This is like paperwork. You're like, for example, you're a felon.
Once a cheater, always a cheater, bro. Once a barber, always a barber.
You're a felon for life, unless your record gets expunged, you know, all these other things, technicalities, like, come on, well, actually, Poindexter, listen, you guys get my point. It's in that same way. I would say, like, that's kind of the example for a man. No, y'all are cucks for life, because if you ever had the mind frame to do something like that, it's so far beyond anyone else. So you're still OF. You're an OF forever. But I think she's talking about opportunities, and I do like that I do like her candor here, and she's saying like, hey, look, this has been holding me back. It's got a stigma, and I'm willing to sacrifice that income to pursue this entertainment thing. And I respect this, what India Love is doing here, more than I respect some thought that, like, for example, one of those chicks that's like, oh, I'm quitting OF because now I'm a Christian, or now
I respect any type of money you bring in income. I respect it. Now, do I like it? That's different. Respect and liking something are two different things. I respect it. I respect the hustle.
Muslim, or now I found God. At least she's not grifting God. That's the thing. At least right here she's saying like, yeah, I quit that because I want to pursue entertainment and I want to be taken seriously. At least you're saying like you still want the attention. Because this is another thing, like India Love was getting so much money back then. Like it was disgusting the amount of bags they were handing out. Because you got to think, when she was an IG girl, the way a market works, there weren't many of her back then. So they had to pay sky-high prices for her. Now there are so many, so the price goes down for everybody. Unless
I hate when a female's nails are too long. What is this? At least they need to be like here, bro. Why is it an extra 5 inches, gang?
Like the top dog, but even then I don't think they're paying as much as they used to pay, because there are so many other options and the conversions are different. Like, people are more accustomed to things now versus like back then. A lot's changed, but I'm not going to turn this into a whole freaking e-commerce lesson. Oh man, I pay attention to too many things. But a certain individual wasn't too happy with this, who decided to call her out. This guy McQueen, who has collabed with Ddg'S in the past.
A certain
I played with Flight too.
Perspective about you. Even though my OnlyFans content was very tasteful, it was very artsy. I did it
I had to replay to make sure I heard that right. Did she just say, even though my content was very...
Bro, why does McQueen sound like Squidward, bro? Speak up.
Tasteful on OnlyFans, That's like saying I make healthy food at Burger King, or I make healthy food, even though I'm making healthy food at McDonald's. What? What are we talking? What? That don't even make sense. I don't care how tasteful you think it was. You want OnlyFans popping that? What are we talking about? Even though if you're not, I get it, okay? Because I think what she's trying to say is that, you know, she wasn't nobody. She probably wasn't spinning on no dildos or nothing like that. She probably wouldn't get, you know, pile drive by BBCs and all types of crazy shit.
McQueen, bro. McQueen, bro. That's way too crazy. You didn't have to describe what it looks like, gang. You didn't have to describe the color.
Maybe that's what she means. All right? And she probably was just like posted up with the, you know what I'm saying, probably had the nails done and the tattoos and the eccentric angles to make it look really artsy, you know?
Eccentric, bro. I don't even know what that is, bro. I can't even spell it. I can't even pronounce it right.
All right? Maybe had some money sprayed on her thigh, you know, and just a snapshot picture.
All right, bro. This dude McQueen is getting way too in detailed, bro. This dude thinks, I think he done this before in the past. Like, this dude is getting way too detailed.
Of that, you know, maybe with a nice backdrop.
And he's still going.
That's what she's talking about, chat. You know, maybe that figure, you know.
And he's still going.
You know how they get the side profile of the figure, all right? And the rump just.
And he's still going.
Going, you know what I'm saying? And then she kind of just doing one of these.
And he's still, this dude's a pro. This dude has to be one of the people that literally, like, I don't know, bro.
With the silhouette behind her.
He's still
that's the artsiness she's talking about, Chad. However, you're still naked. All right? You selling. You're selling. You're selling.
All right, bro, McQueen, bro. Well, you're taking this way too seriously, bro. Why are you getting rage baited by a video you're reacting to? Come on, gang.
All right? I know what I'm talking about because I've dealt with these artsy before. I see the
Oh, we could tell why. This is why.
lies and the delusion they tell themselves. Yeah, I take artsy content. Okay? Yeah, I do it very tasteful. All right? All these are the same. Once you see certain archetypes, so you see it all. You've seen it all right?
I think this guy's got a good point. We tend to think we're a lot more special than we really are, but we fall into certain buckets. Except for me, of course. I'm the most special person that there is in the world, and that's the thought that every single one of us has. That's the irony with this. But yeah, he's right. But I think India Love is just the reason why I think it's so interesting to see what she's
Those
doing
nails
now
just bug
is
me
because it's
out,
harder.
bro. You can't tell me you love a female's nails that's this long. You can't tell me you like a girl's nails that's this long.
Than what she was doing before.
Instant turn off.
The reason Ruby Rose doesn't want to rap is not because she sucks at rapping, it's because it's work. You gotta go do these shows, you gotta go from city to city, you gotta go to these studio sessions, you gotta have a lawyer, you gotta handle like clearances, you gotta promote records, you gotta record records, you gotta perform records, you gotta deal with all of the backlash and comments and feedback that people have of your music to do what? To make significantly less money than she does just posting photos. So India Love is actually choosing to do something more difficult than what she was doing prior. Now, did that OF money dry up? I don't know. That's the thing. A lot of these chicks fall off. Like, the money doesn't hit like it used to, and then they decide to pivot to something. But streaming is one of the hardest things. So the fact that she's streaming and entertaining and having a talk, I don't think that's something Ruby Rose could do. I don't think people would sit there and watch Ruby Rose. And India Love is somebody that's able to sustain a viewership. It's not like, oh, the clips that are going viral are, of course, her dancing with Ddg'S and the storyline between her and Ddg'S. Man, if she ever pops, this is also another problem. They cross-pollinated fan bases. So if she pops out with some other dude, that fan base is going to turn up. And the streaming fan base is not really like the YouTube fan base. But I think here, one of the funniest things was him asking her about the music. But I wonder what these meetings are. Like, is it meetings for reality shows? Because we've got other people on reality shows. And I think she will be the first second generation, not it girl. I don't want to say thought because that's a little bit too disrespectful. I would say like second generation. She's innovating. Like, for example, DDG, he was the vlog generation, and then he pivoted, and now he pivoted to rapper, and then he pivoted to streamer. So he's managed to capture this new generation of audience that's growing up. I think India Love might be one of the first to do that as a chick that people thirst over. Like, for example, Black China, she had her era. It was cooked. It was done. New young blood, if you want to call it that. They're not looking at Black China like, yo, Black China. They're not looking at Amber Rose like, yo, Amber Rose. They're looking at Ruby Rose and whatever these other chicks are. But with India Love, a lot of these young bucks are looking at it like, yo, India Love. And they were doing the same thing 10 years ago. So this might be the first like second generation superstar in this that we've seen, unless there's another one you could name.
How old is she?
Isn't doing explicit content like getting smashed on camera.
All right, bro. That's enough for this video, bro. What is he talking about, bro? Love it, boys and girls. See you on next video, man. Peace.